Hi, good morning everyone. So, we are moving on to the next session of our essay, Chemical Happiness and the Meaning of Life. Just to remind you, we have talked about the French Revolution and how it had not affected the happiness level of happiness of people, and the biochemistry remained the same as before. So that was our point. Now we have talked about how French Revolution happened and who were the people involved, the leaders involved. So these are the leaders involved in French Revolution. We have talked about Napoleon and Robespierre. You are, I think, quite familiar of them now. These are these figures, and this is the king and the family. So Louis XVI and his wife, children. So they executed Louis the king. See, they are they are doing the sentencing, death sentence. So this is how things happened in history. Still, the biochemistry of people, the happiness of people almost remained same, and there were no change in the level of happiness, or the extent to which it lasts. There were no change in that. Okay, we have stopped there. So now moving on to the next paragraph. Here, there is only one historical development that has real significance. He is stressing on this particular point again and again. One historical development that has real significance. What is the development that has real significance, real importance in our life? Today, when we finally realize that the keys to happiness are in the hands of a biochemical system, we can stop wasting our time in politics and social reforms, pushes and ideologies, and focus instead on the only thing that can make us truly happy, manipulating our biochemistry. So here is the point where he is telling that it is from the history we have realized, we have seen, we have this evidence of our happiness, how it evolved, how it remained the same. So we now know, because we have conducted experiments, we have discovered, the biologists through so many experiments have discovered that the elements that make us happy or sad are chemicals inside our body. So this is working according to the biochemical system which is there, which is produced, secreted or each time pleasant sensation. So as we know this, we can stop wasting our time on politics, social reforms. The decisions, major decisions of our country, according to about the people, are taken by political leaders. They reform bills, like we have so many reforms in our government taking place. So many bills are introducing, like national education bill, and how people are accepting or rejecting it. So political leaders decide many things for the people. It may be benefited, it may be may not be benefited, but it is in the hands of them, everything. So pushes are internal conflicts, wars within countries. So we have been waging wars with people. We are at war with Pakistan, or so many countries are in conflict with various other countries. You are very familiar with Iraq and Iran and Palestine, Israel. So how these countries are always in conflict. So, nothing, all these things have never changed the happiness and the state of mind of people. So, we are talking in the biological sense. So only thing which can change the state of being, the state of your happiness is that biochemistry. So we can really manipulate biochemistry to increase or decrease happiness. To increase your happiness, we can really manipulate the secretion of serotonin. We can induce serotonin. So we have to conduct such studies. He is talking that instead of investing too much money on political affairs or wars, people really need to invest money on biology, science, experiments, and to study brain chemistry, and how to manipulate, how to control, how to change, how to handle these chemicals. So I hope you are following me. We have said that in the history ഒരു മാറ്റം ഉണ്ടായില്ല. നമ്മൾ 1 മുതൽ 10 വരെ ആ സ്കെയിലിൽ ഹാപ്പിനെസ് അളക്കുന്ന ഒരു ഇത് പറഞ്ഞു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഗ്ലൂമി ആയിട്ട് ജനിച്ചവർ ഗ്ലൂമി ആയിട്ട് തന്നെ തുടർന്നു. നല്ല ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ടുള്ള സ്റ്റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ബീയിങ് ഉള്ളവർ, പിന്നെ ബയോകെമിസ്ട്രി ഉള്ളവർ ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ട് തന്നെ തുടർന്നു. ഒന്നും മാറ്റിയിട്ടില്ല. ലാർജർ സ്കെയിലും മാറിയിട്ടില്ല. പേഴ്സണൽ ലെവലിൽ എടുത്ത് നോക്കുകയാണെങ്കിലും ഹാപ്പിനെസ്സിൻ്റെ ബയോകെമിസ്ട്രി ഒന്നും നമ്മളെ ബോഡിയിൽ മാറിയിട്ടില്ല. അപ്പോൾ നമ്മൾ വാറിൽ പോകുന്നതിന് പകരം, മറ്റുള്ളവരുമായിട്ട് അടി ഉണ്ടാക്കുന്നതിന് പകരം, ഈ ഭയങ്കര രാഷ്ട്രീയക്കാരൊക്കെ ആളുകൾക്ക് വേണ്ടി തീരുമാനങ്ങളും ഐഡിയോളജീസൊക്കെ ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിന് പകരം നമ്മൾ ശരിക്കും എന്ത് ചെയ്താൽ മതി? ബ്രെയിനിനെ പറ്റി കൂടുതൽ പഠിക്കുക, ബ്രെയിൻ ബയോകെമിസ്ട്രീനെ പറ്റി പഠിക്കുക, ഈ കെമിക്കൽ സബ്സ്റ്റൻസ് സെക്രീറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്ന ഓരോ സമയത്തും അതിൻ്റെ ലെവല് കുറയ്ക്കുകയോ കൂടുകയൊക്കെ ചെയ്താൽ നമുക്ക് ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ടിരിക്കാൻ പറ്റുമല്ലോ. അപ്പോൾ അതിനെപ്പറ്റി കൂടുതൽ പഠിക്കാം. അതാണ് author is telling us that if we invest billions in understanding our brain chemistry and developing appropriate treatments, we can make people far happier than ever before without any need of revolutions. So if the need of us is to make people happier, we can really do experiments, on we can invest all the money of understanding our brain. Brain is a very complex thing. It is said that it is very difficult to understand brain. See, whenever there is an accident, it's okay, but all other parts of body can be treated. There are artificial organs to be implanted, but for brain there is nothing. That is the importance of helmet. That is why all the authorities, police, everybody tells you to wear helmet, because something happens in your brain, nothing can be done. So the author tells us to invest money on conducting study on brain, because we are not spending too much money of our budget in scientific studies. As you all know, majority of the money goes to military or the other affairs that we have in the budget. So actually what countries should do is to invest money to study brain and its working. So brain is far complicated and complex. It's very difficult to understand. So there are people cracking mathematics than computers. So such people's brain is far more, everybody has same brain, but the capacity, the usage wise, we don't use our brain much. That is why doctors also tell us not to use mobiles much, because we stop using brain again and again. So it's very important to protect our brain, to conduct studies, so that we can know. നമുക്ക് എല്ലാ പൈസയും ബയോളജിസ്റ്റ് സ്പെൻഡ് ചെയ്യുക, ഈ ബ്രെയിൻ സ്റ്റഡി നടത്തുക, എന്നിട്ട് കെമിക്കൽസ് പ്രൊഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യുന്നതിൻ്റെ രീതികൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുക. അത് കുറയ്ക്കാനോ കൂട്ടാനൊക്കെ പറ്റുമെങ്കിൽ അല്ലേ നമുക്കത് ശരിക്കും റെവല്യൂഷൻ സൃഷ്ടിക്കാൻ പറ്റും. പിന്നെ നമുക്ക് വേറെ റെവല്യൂഷൻ്റെ ആവശ്യമില്ല. പിന്നെ യുദ്ധങ്ങൾക്കൊന്നും പോകേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ആൾക്കാർ വളരെ ഹാപ്പി ആയിട്ട് ഈ ഹാപ്പിനെസ് നമുക്ക് ക്രിയേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റുമെങ്കിൽ ബോഡി in the brain itself. So Huxley's point is that all the officials, all the authorities, leaders have to spend money on studying chemistry, biochemistry of brain. Okay, he gives us an example. Prozac, for example, does not change regimes, but by raising serotonin levels, it lifts people out of their depression. So the Prozac is a medicine. Prozac is a medicine which can really increase the amount of serotonin in our body, so that the highly depressed people can be their mental state can be brought into normalcy. They can enjoy life, because in depression there is a tendency to commit suicide. There are so many suicidal cases because of depression, and the studies reveal nowadays that in teenagers the tendency to commit suicide is more higher, because you are not going anywhere. We are all stuck in our houses. We don't have any other social space. So wherever you are, try to be happy, try to do things which attracts you, which is enjoyable to you. If watching film makes you happy, do watch films. If you are interested in other things, listening music, do that. Don't get depressed. We have to consciously create ourselves happy. Okay, I think it's clear. Nothing captures the biological argument better than the famous New Age slogan. So in the modern age, we have a slogan like happiness begins within. Happiness should come from within. Nobody can bring happiness for you, happiness to you. Money, social status, plastic surgery, beautiful houses, powerful positions, none of this will bring you happiness. Lasting happiness comes only from serotonin, dopamine, and oxytocin. So whatever you have, if you have so much of money, you are a billionaire, millionaire, no chance. If your serotonin amount is less, there is a less chance of becoming happy. So plastic, you have done plastic surgery after a major accident and you are looking gorgeous, still you will not be able to enjoy that extreme happiness, because the level of serotonin produced inside your body is the same as before. And beautiful houses, powerful position, whatever you are, which prime minister or chief minister, or the secretaries of prime minister, no Reksha. You have to have the level of serotonin increased in your blood, then only you will be able to enjoy this happiness. So that is why Yuval Harari tells us to conduct studies, spend more money on brain chemistry, biochemistry, so that we can be happier. All human beings will be able to enjoy this happiness in their life, and their life becomes beautiful, especially those who are very depressed, suffering depression. This is a disease, psychological condition. So this is Prozac, the tablet, and Prozac can make you less anxious, increases your energy, improves focus, make you more relaxed, so you can have greater interest in your life. That is the medicine he was talking about, Prozac. So this is the slogan that we were always telling. Happiness comes from within, and there are so many methods, so many swamis, so many institutions have been established to make you happy, like happiness therapy or yoga. All these are putting effort to make you happy, but the real thing, and that is the reason behind your happiness is these chemicals, serotonin, dopamine. So we have to concentrate on that. In that point, we will end this class. We will continue our class in the next session. Thank you for listening. Bye. Take care.